Hi guys, we are here today with a life coach, an upcoming spiritual writer, and a soon-to-be psychologist, Jordan Flasher. Thank you for joining us today, Jordan. Okay, so all this shining and all this brightness coming, what about this jacket?
The significance of the golden jacket is, it's like the seventh chakra is gold, actually. But it's kind of like my golden ticket. I feel like I got the golden ticket with all these experiences that happened to me. And it's supposed to channel the shine, and the Holy Spirit is like golden energy.
Love it.
It's the golden ticket.
I love it. Get tired, give it to me. In one of your articles, you wrote about Buddha and how in a spiritual level he let it go. What does that mean, let it go?
Letting go happens effortlessly, actually, in every out-breath. Noticing your breath, you're following the very first teachings of the Buddha about meditation, because he got his monks or disciples to focus on their breath. The most basic meditation that you can do, even at a lot of yoga studios, they'll start off by asking people, hey, if this is your first class and you can't stand on your head, don't worry about that, because you can be aware of your breath. Very, very easy. It's also totally effortless. There's a part of you that is taking air in and breathing air out, and that flow of expansion and contraction goes from the breathing level to the psychological level.
When I do like, I just let it go.
Yeah, and you didn't have to think about it or really put much effort into it. It's an effortless letting go.
You also mentioned in one of the articles about the power. What does that mean, having the power?
The power is what you are capable of. The power is who you are. Power is your actual source of energy that's available to you. And in certain moments when you're really pushed to the brink or the edge, you may have the experience that there's like an energy inside you that you didn't know you had that much power.
So how can a person empower himself?
The way will find you. You're looking to find a way, but the way is looking for you too. In subtle, small steps, you're going to be guided about what you're supposed to do that day. And it's not about the person thinking so much, what do I have to do, like overall, like big picture plans of the future, but more like what is God or the universe showing me today that seems to be pointing me in a certain direction, because that's going to bring you to the place, so to speak, where the power can channel through you.
How did you get interested in spiritual psychology?
When I was a child, my grandparents had a cabin on an island, and I would go into the woods, and those experiences of being in nature by myself and kind of experiencing like an effortless meditation, that was important for me spiritually. Later, when I went into school, I didn't do well in school. They had to give me special homework and stuff like that, and attention, because they thought I had a learning disability.
They barely knew.
So I also developed feelings like of myself, that I was not smart or different things, and that something was wrong with me, until I met an older man and his wife, who are soulmates. They happened to live down the street from me in Canada, where I'm from, and he looked at some of the tests that the schooling did that showed that I was at a lower level of math and reading and things. By that time, I was learning a lot from him about psychology and different spiritual teachers, and he said, well, I think you have more potential than this school system is saying, why don't you go for a PhD in psychology? When he said that, something inside my soul felt at peace and felt like, yeah, that's a good idea actually.
You also recently met Jim Carrey.
He was at a conference that I attended, a Sages and Scientists conference that Deepak Chopra puts on. He personally invited me to that. As a young child, I had a shrine of videos. They're like VHS tapes at the time of Jim Carrey's movies. Watching those movies and him being my idol.
It's because he's Canadian?
I think, well, I think that's like part of it, like, because there's a synchronicity there too. Because he lives only 8 hours away from where I live. Like, we're born in the same state, they call them provinces in Canada. So that's part of it, but I think I was doing like a law of attraction ceremonies as a child, watching his movies and idolizing him and with the tapes, because nothing that you do, like, the universe is not listening. You can have an intention or want something to happen, and you can make that happen. Because that experience of meeting him showed me that the law of attraction is real, for sure. Because before that, I had maybe a little bit of like a very scientific mind, going into like neuroscience and stuff.
You became more open?
I became more open, and he actually opened my heart up more in that conversation, because I was talking about how there's a lot of gurus out there right now, because he studies a lot of what's called non-dual teachers. Non-dual means like about the oneness of reality. Now there's no there's no separate self, the ego. And Jim Carrey and I were both dual citizens, Canadian American, but we're both in the non-dual consciousness. So we're dual citizens, but we're non-dual in our spirit. I was saying, well, there's a lot of gurus out there right now, and it was just him and I talking, and he said, well, isn't that a good thing? Like, in a very subtle way, he was saying, hey, you're being like too negative about that. And then when he said that, that touched me, and I said, like, yeah, everybody's the guru. And then we both laughed, and I was like, yeah.
Tell us about the meeting that you had with the creator of the emails.
He was at the same conference as Jim Carrey, and he gave a talk, I think, the second day. And he was there the following year too. This was a yearly conference, and the second year I walked up to him, and he had known me by that time because we talked. The first year I told him, I really liked your talk because you seem like a rebel, which he is and was, because people tried to say he didn't invent the email. And then another year went by, and I was at a client's house that I was life coaching. He was a friend too. Oliver Stone was there. The next day or the day after, I was out with a friend, and they said, here's my friend Sean Stone. He has this YouTube show. I want to connect you two. You should go on his show to talk. Yeah, it was a synchronicity. Wasn't random, because his dad was the Oliver Stone, and he was at that party a couple nights before.
Like one thing leading to another.
And again, like the Buddha, like effortlessly. I did have the intention that I wanted to interview the inventor of email.
You just wouldn't know how would that happen.
Yeah.
You set up yourself like, okay, I really would like this to happen, and then it just happened.
Yeah, and this total effortlessness. And then I asked Sean Stone, do you want me to invite the inventor of email onto the show?
Amazing.
So we can both come on. And then that happened. That's on YouTube. People can just YouTube Jordan Flesher or Sean Stone, inventor of email. The inventor's name is Shiva Ayyadurai. All that happened in that same weekend, like meeting Deepak, he invited me there, meeting Jim Carrey, having that experience, and then meeting the inventor of email. That all happened in the same few days. It was my first time ever in Southern California too.
You also met other celebrities. How did that change your life experience?
It kept showing me that I have the power to manifest certain experiences that I want to have.
How?
Just by following my bliss, as the saying goes by Joseph Campbell. There's a saying, follow your bliss, and doors will open for you that you didn't know existed.
And you are a musician. How does music affect your approach to spirituality?
Music opens up all your chakras, loud sounds. The beats in that are ancient. They hit like ancient things in you, like a drum circle. They can help you feel more rooted in the universe. It's like a subtle thing. It's like hard to say, really.
More
But it's
feeling
something
it.
to experience, yeah.
So psychologists talk about dreams. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. And people very often also share their dreams. So what does that mean, follow your dreams?
I think you have to trust. That's the main thing. If you have a dream like that you want to happen, you have to trust that. And out of that trust, there's that channels like we call the power to make that happen.
Should we all follow our dreams?
Yes, you should, and if you don't, they'll follow you
How can we make our dreams come true?
by being true to you.
In one word that you can describe life. Life is...
It's awake.
It's a way.
It's awake.
Is this a dream? Is this interview a dream that you had before?
It's a dream, but it's a creative dream because we're awakening. It's not an illusion, so you can create good dreams. Abundance.
What about the timeless wisdom? Are they still relevant?
Yeah, if you drop out of time, which means tuning into your spirit and just asking the universe, like it says in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. Seek and you'll find, knock and the door will be opened unto you. The same God that made this universe is still here. So this ancient wisdom is still available to you, timeless wisdom. But you have to drop out of time to get it. It can't be in the past or the future. Even if you are noticing thoughts like that, do your best to drop out of time and into the timeless wisdom that you are.
Also, like as a life coach, what are your goals for the next couple of years?
My goals are to create experiences with more clients.
They would use your services as...
Whatever they want or they're going through. I usually work with people who have anxiety or depression.
and how they can contact you.
They can do that through Instagram. It's just my name, Jordan Flesher. And they can send me a message on there. Or they can email me.
And what are you working on now?
Right now I'm working on an article about that summarizes my experience meeting Jim Carrey and some of my feelings about what he might be going through now in relationship to the goddess. They call it Goddess Wounds. And his own healing, and also him being a genius and channeling that energy and staying up and not depressed. Because if you're a genius like him, depression can come in a kind of subtle way. And I'm going to invite him for Blue Bottle Coffee because he knows about Tim Hortons because he's from Canada. It's like the best coffee. And if he wants to, we should go for coffee and re-meet and talk and stuff. I'll be his life coach.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, my final question is, who is Jordan Flesher?
First thing that comes to me is just like happy spirit.
Positive energy for others. I can feel it. Jordan, thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching.
So, just right now, just have fun, just interact.
And how can we make our dreams come true? Tell me. Make notes, right?
I am.
What's Jordan's quote?
Take it easy. There's a quote by Osho. It says, don't seek, don't search, don't effort. Let it come to you and you'll vibrate with that.
Feel it.
Feel it.
Before, about is this a dream? That
Yes,
was
it's a
also
dream.
one of
Okay.
the last questions.
Okay, good. Alright, alright, sounds good. Okay, so yeah, we got pretty much everything then.